Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to your news edition. These are the headlines. Several flights have been postponed and classes have been cancelled due to violent wind that affected several regions of the country. The National Gendarmerie and Civil Defense calls on citizens to be vigilant. In an exclusive interview with Canal Algérie, Ségolène Royal, president of the Algeria France Association, reveals the reasons why she refused to take part in the France 2 broadcast complément d'enquête and reveals the complicity of the French media. Racism in France. The statements of Arnaud Klarsfeld on CNews channel will be penalized as the State Council initiated disciplinary proceedings against him. Sports with APS told regarding the best Algerian athletes for the year 2025. More details in this edition. Welcome back. A powerful windstorm has placed large parts of Algeria under red alert, with gusts of 120 km per hour, prompting school closures, transport disruptions, with high security measures across several regions. Melissa Balaman.
Algeria is going through a rare and severe weather event. According to an alert issued by Météo Algérie, a vast portion of the country has been placed under red alert, with forecasts warning of extremely powerful winds reaching 120 km per hour. The extreme conditions are affecting coastal provinces, including Algiers, Tipaza, and Boumerdès, as well as inland regions across the west, the east, and the high plateaus. Météo Algérie issued a special wind bulletin yesterday for northern regions of the country, following a marked drop in atmospheric pressure over the Mediterranean basin. Pressure levels are expected to fall to around 995 hectopascals from this afternoon near the Balearic Islands. At the same time, the extension of the Azores anticyclone toward the southern reaches of the Iberian Peninsula has created a strong pressure gradient, leading to a significant strengthening of winds across nearly all northern regions. The wind gusts, at times reaching storm-like intensity, pose a serious threat to public safety and critical infrastructure. Civil protection services and the National Gendarmerie have called for maximum vigilance, urging citizens to follow safety measures to prevent household incidents and road accidents. The Ministry of National Education and the Ministry of Vocational Training and Professional Education have announced the suspension of classes on Wednesday and Thursday in all provinces affected by the alert. Meanwhile, Sonalgaz teams have been placed on high alert to respond to any potential power disruptions. Air Algérie has confirmed the cancellation or scheduling of several flights from 2 p.m. on Wednesday onward to ensure passenger safety. Several maritime crossings to and from Algeria have also been postponed or adjusted by international operators, including the Algiers-Sète and Alicante-Algiers routes, due to rough seas and strong winds. The National Meteorological Office forecasts a gradual decline in wind speeds across several provinces starting Thursday, with gusts expected to drop to around 90 km per hour, after peaking between 110 and 120 km per hour on Wednesday afternoon in parts of western Algeria. In central and western regions, winds are expected to begin easing from 9 p.m. on Wednesday, returning by Thursday morning at speeds below 90 km. In light of the exceptional conditions, authorities are urging strict vigilance and full compliance with safety instructions.
During an exclusive interview with Canal Algérie, Ségolène Royal, president of the Algeria France Association, revealed the reasons why she refused to take part in the France 2 broadcast complément d'enquête, considering it disrespectful with bad intentions. We'll listen.
D'abord, est-ce vrai que vous avez refusé de participer à ce reportage et quelles ont été vos raisons?
Oui, j'ai refusé de participer.
Yes, I have refused to take part in that report. I was supposed to be the guest on the red chairs at the end of the program, but given the extreme sensitivity of the subject, I asked to see the film. Beforehand, when I watched it, I said there is no question that I will come. There is no question that I will endorse this or even help generate an audience, because my name attracts viewers for a topic that I completely disapprove of. one that is deeply insulting to Algeria. I even wrote to them by text message, so I have a proof that I told them this is unacceptable. Imagine if Algerian public television produced a report like this about Emmanuel Macron. Imagine what France would say. How can you even conceive of something like this, where there isn't a single positive subject?
Ségolène Royal denounced the stigmatization of the Algerian diaspora and the way Complément d'Enquête discredited the elected officials with dual nationalities.
Shocking, yes, but I believe the report started when Rotaille was Minister of Interior, so it doesn't surprise me. I think it was clearly biased and guided, and when you think about it carefully, the goal of this report is to discredit dual nationals, because you hear an anonymous audio recording from an elected official claiming she's under pressure from the consulate. Yet, if you speak to all dual nationals, on the one hand, and on the other hand, consulates are always in contact in every country with their citizens abroad, precisely to encourage them and help promote a positive image of their homeland. That is not interference, as it is portrayed in the report. There's no evidence. So you see this mechanism of disqualifying elected officials with dual nationality injecting the subtle poison of suspicion of foreign interference. It's obvious, and unsurprisingly, it comes just 2 months before the municipal elections.
Et d'autre part, comme par hasard, c'est à 2 mois des élections municipales.
The African Energy Commission affirmed in its report that Algeria is among the few African countries to have achieved a near 100% access rate to electricity and gas, thanks to strong public policies and solid energy infrastructure, despite population growth. The well-developed energy supply chain and the commitment of the Algerian government have enabled new households to integrate smoothly into modern energy systems. The report highlighted Algeria's main achievements, a proof of sustainable development, economic growth, and the improvement of life quality. In North Africa, Algeria stands out its neighbors with a near 100% electricity access rate and over 90% of household needs for clean cooking. Arnaud Klarsfeld, French senior Council of State advisor, has sparked outrage with calls for mass raids on foreigners, echoing Trump-era ICE tactics. Political leaders, unions, French citizens, and particularly descendants of immigrant families are condemning the remarks. The incident has triggered disciplinary procedures and raised urgent questions about the limits of public disclosure in France, covered by Afaf Belhouchet, taken up by Melissa Lila Balaman.
If we want to get rid of people under OQTF orders, we need to do what Trump did with ICE, launch large-scale raids everywhere. Words matter. These were not accidental. The shock is immediate. Olivier Faure, first secretary of the Socialist Party, first thinks it's fake. A provocation, a bad joke. Then he realizes it's real. He announces a referral to the French public prosecutor for incitement to discrimination and hatred. The Greens react the same way. They too have seized the courts. The Communist Party goes further. MP Stéphane Peu says he will alert the President of the French Republic.
Tout le moins, ça mériterait
At the very least, this deserves a response from the President of the Council of State, and since he was appointed as an external member by the President, maybe only the President himself can reconsider this appointment.
nomination soit remise en question par le seul qui peut la remettre en question, c'est le président de la République lui-même.
This is not a media provocateur. Arnaud Klarsfeld is a Council of State advisor, part of France's highest administrative court. The remarks are so serious that the Council opens a disciplinary procedure. Rare, exceptional. Administrative judges' unions follow with sharp statements, calling the comments incompatible with public office ethics. The reaction goes beyond politics. A segment of French society is deeply angry. Descendants of immigrant generations, French citizens, express fear over words they see as threatening. At the Grand Mosque of Paris, condemnation is direct.
Lorsque certains discours
When rhetoric normalizes exclusion or uses words unworthy of our past, France's humanist values are betrayed. Raids against foreigners in 2026, it's happening again.
humanistes de la France sont trahis.
This is not an isolated incident. It comes amid a troubling climate. Public discourse is growing bolder, especially against Muslims. Observers call it a steady decline in civil debate. It's true. The situation is difficult. The atmosphere is unhealthy, and those targeted first are Muslims. The class field affair is not a TV controversy. It raises urgent questions. Can public authorities, and do they even want to, draw clear lines and enforce them?
A coordinated security crackdown has exposed the inner workings of an international drug trafficking network, revealing how organized crime continues to exploit regional maritime vulnerabilities to fuel cocaine flows towards Europe. Basma Fall.
A wide-ranging security operation has succeeded in dismantling an international criminal network specialized in cocaine trafficking. Investigative findings show that the organization depended primarily on the Moroccan coastline, used a strategic hub for departure and transit towards European markets. The network operated along well-established maritime routes. Monitoring was minimal and surveillance capabilities remained largely ineffective. This environment allowed the group to deploy sophisticated logistical means. High-speed boats fitted with powerful engines were routinely used and left the Moroccan coast carrying heavy cocaine loads without undergoing inspection. Unusual maritime activity, however, was detected by the Spanish radar systems in international waters. This promoted a swift response from specialized security units. The operation resulted in the arrest of 100 individuals linked to criminal network. Authorities also seized more than 10 tons of cocaine in addition to dozens of boats and vehicles that were confiscated, along with firearms, drones, hundreds of encrypted phones, and significant amounts of cash. The seized equipment and assets are valued at several million euros, highlighting the magnitude of trafficking operation. Yet, the most concerning finding emerges from the investigation. It confirms the presence of coordinators operating on Moroccan territory. The scale of the seizures and the regularity of the routes reveal a deeper pattern, one systemic permissiveness turning the Moroccan coastline into a hub for transcontinental drug trafficking. This places the Makhzen as an involved actor in a serious threat to regional security.
To the weekly report of the PNA. As part of fighting terrorism and securing borders, a combined force seized during a research operation in Tamarasset, the 6th military region, 3 RPG-7 rockets and ammunition, while other PNA detachments arrested 5 elements backing terrorist groups in different operations throughout the national territory. As part of the fight against organized crime and in continuity of the tireless efforts aimed at countering the scourge of drug trafficking in our country, combined detachments of the PNA intercepted in coordination with the different security services in operations across the military regions 28 drug traffickers and thwarted attempts to introduce 1.74 quintals of processed cave through the borders with Morocco, while 3.5 kilograms of cocaine and 468,000 psychotropic tablets were seized. In Tamarasset, Port Beji Mukhtar, In Salah and In Ghazan, detachments of the People's National Army arrested 263 individuals and seized 25 vehicles, 339 generators, 213 jackhammers, as well as quantities of mixture of raw gold and stones, explosives, detonation tools and other equipment used in illegal gold mining operations. On the other hand, 17 other individuals were arrested and 1 Kalashnikov, 4 hunting rifles and 12,500 liters of fuel were seized. Similarly, border guards thwarted at the level of our national coast attempts at illegal immigration and saved 73 individuals aboard additionally made boats, while 371 illegal migrants of different nationalities were arrested across the national territory. And we wrap up our edition with sports, as the Algerian Press Service has announced the results of its 2025 sports poll, highlighting Algerian athletes who distinguished themselves through exceptional performances on the international stage. Basma Fall with more details.
As part of its yearly tradition, the Algerian Press Service conducted its poll to select the best Algerian athletes of 2025. In the men's category, Jamel Sejati, world vice champion in 800 meters, secured unanimous support from participating media organizations, earning the title of Best Male Athlete of this year. In the women's category, the top distinction went to world gymnastics champion Kellyanne Moore, who claimed first place in the ranking. It is a great honor for me to be chosen as Algeria's best athlete. This recognition will motivate me further as I prepare for upcoming international competitions. I am very happy and honored to have won this third title tonight. It is always a special moment to share together, and it once again reflects the strong support I received. Thank you very much. In Paralympic sports, Safia Jalal, world champion and world record holder in shot put, was also named Best Female Athlete of 2025. The same distinction was awarded to Walid Farhah, world champion in the Paralympic club throw, who was voted Best Male Para-Athlete of the Year. We people with special needs are always motivated. We will continue to raise our national flag here in Algeria and abroad during major international competitions. This distinction encourages us to continue our preparations for the next world competitions. The Young Talents category, kayaker Wasim Bukazula was selected Best Sporting Prospect of 2025. This recognition is expected to serve as a strong incentive and a significant boost to the promising athlete's career.
And with this, we come to the end of our edition. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with us. Have a good night.